it's Lizzie from Lizzie's World of Gems. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday and it's Mandie's Whip Along. I am doing a Mandie Manzano piece. It is called Mama's Knows Best. It's pretty big, I'm not gonna lie. And I've been trucking on it and we're gonna work on it a little bit more today. We're gonna have a little bit of chat. This is for an event going on Instagram with the hashtag MandieDP2020. If you have a Mandie Manzano piece and you want to work along and put your stuff on Instagram, it is there for you to do. And there's 3 different people in the community that had started this. Excitedy Arts, the Book Nook, and Lisa. Lisa just has a Facebook page. So if you want to go and join any of their pages, they're going to be all linked down below. So how's everybody doing today? It's Friday. And you know, when I start a section on Mandie Manzano, what color do I always start with? Of course, black, because you always outline on a Mandie Manzano, because at least that's what I do. I love that part. And you know what's the best part about this lining is you ain't gonna go out of the lines. If you watched yesterday's video, you'll understand why I said that. With my scratch art. I still haven't seen my boss yet because obviously I have to pre-record this because I work Friday. I have to go back. I've been off since last Friday. It was a nice relaxing week. I practically did nothing but diamond paint. I didn't want to do much, and of course you can't really go anywhere anyways. And yeah, I just had a relaxing week. I didn't do much but other than laundry and tidying up the house and dishes and, you know, the day-to-day stuff. I didn't do any like deep cleans or anything like that. I just wanted to relax and do diamond painting, and that's what I did. Enjoying this a lot, but unfortunately my little mini vacation is going to be done. And the best part was I only had to use 1 vacation day for all this time off, because today and yesterday were my regular shifts off. I work 12-hour shifts, so my paychecks aren't like normal people's paychecks where they get paid for every day they work. Like, well, I get paid for every day I work, but usually people work Monday to Friday, but I don't work Monday to Friday because I work such long shifts. I get breaks in between, and it just happened that Monday was the holiday, so I got paid for that. And then Tuesday was the only day that was a shutdown because they turned off the electricity for work for I don't know what reason, but they had to fix something, so they turned off the power. So yeah, I have the window open in the kitchen. Hopefully not too much noise comes from outside, but it's pretty quiet in the neighborhood right now. It's like probably going on 10 o'clock in the morning. I can't remember because I never really checked the last time. I uploaded my Thursday video and filmed it really quickly. I wanted to try to get the girl with the skulls done this morning. I said yesterday on my live I was going to try to finish her throughout the day, but I got lazy and I started watching TV and I took breaks, you know, because relaxing and doing this for the full like day is a little bit too much, right? And sometimes I find myself a little burnt out. I think that's why I got the scratch art too, so it gives me a little break in between. And I should really work on my bear, on my latch hooking. I've kind of neglected that project a little bit, and I should get back into it. Maybe I'll do a whip and chat soon with it, just so that I'm actually working on it and talking. I never try filming while I'm working on my latch hook. So, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you wouldn't mind watching a latch hook whip and chat, because I am willing to do that with my latch hooking. I also bought another different craft today online. I'm kind of excited. I want to see. I've watched other people do it, and I'm thinking, oh, some people have big projects of it, and I'm like, oh, I don't think I'd want to start off with a big project, so I got like a mini one, and you'll have to wait and see. It's going to take a while to come in because I bought it off of AliExpress. So yeah, with AliExpress, who knows? They said my Hooligan was in BC, but I have not received it yet, unless it comes today. I don't know. I feel like they're hijacking my diamond paintings, and I have an Ever Moment coming. Super excited about the Ever Moment. Not gonna lie, kind of want to work on that one next, but I did say I was going to try to work on different companies, so maybe I'll wait till this one's done to start the Ever Moment and work on another company that I have not done yet. I'm thinking Timmy Ertz is going to be next, or Cool Cart will be next on my list of things to do because they are small and I can whip them out fast. Well, fast kind of when I, I got like 5,000 different paintings on the go. Well, of course it feels that way. I just want to get that Skull Girl completed so I can do the post review for it. And I really like to order another Star Wars. I really enjoy the Star Wars. They were super nice. And yeah. And here comes Buffalo up the stairs. That's Tyler. He must have really had to go to the washroom. He come running up. So yeah. That is basically my updates of my crazy diamond painting life. Luna is coming by for a quick visit today. I'm super excited about that because I only saw her once briefly, and I get to see her again today. So I'm super happy about that. You think my son would be a little bit more quiet. Sorry about that, guys. I got really interrupted by my sister. Yeah, no, it wasn't Helen. It was Yvette. She FaceTimed me and it cut me off. So I did get a lot of this black done while I was talking to her. I love my sister to death, people, but sometimes the things that come out of her mouth, you gotta say, what? Yeah. She was bugging me to go for a walk, but I don't want to go. She's like, come here and we'll walk the trail. It takes us all the way to Joe's grave. I'm like, well, ain't that creepy enough? I'm like, no, I don't want to go. And that's heck of far. That's a heck of a far trail, if you ask me. But anyway, I should go to my parents' grave too and pull the weeds, because I'm sure Helen will start freaking out at me about that soon. I'm like, why don't you, if you see the weeds there, why don't you go pull? I can't bend down and pull the weeds, she says. And your angel's always falling over. This is what I get every day, guys. Pretty soon she'll be like, your grass needs to be cut again. Haven't you cut those bushes in the front of your house yet? This is what I hear every day. My sister just complained about it. My sister Yvette. I said, well, if they're bothering you that much, why don't you come over here and cut them down? Now that my garbage bin is empty, I can go out there and cut them. But first I gotta find my clippers. I don't know what I did with them. So I gotta look for them to do it. I don't know if they're in the house or if I left them in the garage. I don't know. So maybe when Sarah and Dylan come over, Dylan can help me. Or maybe when Alyssa wakes up, she can help me cut down those 3 bushes. They're not bushes, they're like, I think they're called zebra grass, and you're supposed to cut them in the fall, but I don't because I'm lazy like that. And I always tell Helen it gives shelter for the snow, so when it melts it doesn't flood my basement. And she just thinks I'm full of malarkey, but hey, basement hasn't flooded since I said that. No, has it? No. So I gotta do that. I always end up doing it before, you know, summer hits and the other grass starts growing in. It's not like I don't do it. I just hate it when people tell me what to do, because then it just makes me procrastinate longer. Are any of you guys like that? When someone bugs you to do something, you just procrastinate even longer because you don't like to be told what to do? The only place that I don't mind being told what to do is at work. But usually I don't get told what to do at work because I already know my job. But if they ask me to do anything different, I don't hesitate to do it. You know what I mean? I don't give them attitude or do what I'm told. But when Helen tells me to do what I'm told, I kind of put up a little stink. Because I can't stand being mothered by her. She's not my mom. She's my sister. Sometimes I wonder if she is my mother. Yeah. It's one of them. One of them situations. I think all I'm going to show this week of the progress on this one is the square that I'm working on now when it's complete, because I really wanted to go back to the skull, but maybe I'll put the skull away and I'll complete it next week. But I'm so close, guys, so close. I've really enjoyed working on that Star Wars. Not that I'm not enjoying working on this Diamond Art Club, because it's always a pleasure to work with Diamond Art Club. But you know how I feel about the coloring on the upper part of her body, which I haven't got to yet. It's very yellow. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy how she looks. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Wait and see how I feel about it. I have to go get a filter for my furnace because apparently it's supposed to be hot the next few days on the weekend. And of course I'm not going to be here during the day to even care that it's hot. When I get home from work, I don't want to come home. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I work in a cold environment, but yeah. So I wonder if I should wear my gray coat to work or my black one. Because sometimes when it's hot, they crank up the refrigerated part even more. I don't know. There, I got all the black done. Even though I had a break talking to my sister. And she's like, oh, Like, Alyssa's on her phone bill. Don't ask me why. She just is. Because Yvette had an extra phone, blah, 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 blah. So she's like, instead of paying the phone bill, do you want to give me a painting? I want one of those diamond art clubs you got. And I'm like, I'm not giving you a diamond art club. Like, I think my sister's lost it. Why would I give her a diamond art club? I ain't that crazy. I'm like, no, I only have one diamond art club left, and you're not having it. If I had more diamond art club, I wouldn't care. But I only have one left in my stash, and she ain't getting it. This is definitely slash the stash because I bought it last year at some time when it first was released. I bought this painting. I'm pretty sure it was the first Square AB released ever. I'm pretty sure. Do not quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was. And then the rest was history after that, right? Yeah. The horror stories I heard about their drills, this one hasn't been too bad. The blue has been the worst for different sizes, but the other colors haven't been too bad. Surprisingly enough, the black has been really good, which is usually the opposite. But the black has been the best, I find, in this whole painting. But I am enjoying it. I am enjoying working on this piece immensely. That's why I'm taking my time with it. Because I am enjoying it so much. But, you know, do you guys ever get the itch of wanting to start a new project? And that's how I kind of feel with the skull, because I'm so close to the end. I'm itching to start the next project. Speaking of which, I'm going to have to buy another one for after that project, because I don't got anything in mind for Bling Bling Wednesday. So I'm gonna have to order some. I really want one from another one from Canvas. What are they called? Is it Diamond? No, Crystal Canvas Art, or Crystal Art Canvas, or whatever they're called. I really want another one of them, but they don't have any stock right now, which I might have to buy something else to tie me over until they get some stock. And I don't even know, like, she did a favor by mailing me the last one because they don't really deliver to Canada. So yeah, but I know I'm not the only one that really enjoys her canvases. Everybody I have watched on YouTube has enjoyed her immensely. And yeah, I really like her. I like her canvases a lot. What else about diamond painting this week do I have to share? I shared about that project that I ordered, not diamond painting related. My diamond paintings, I have so many in the mail, and none of them have reached me yet, and it's kind of sad in a way. I'm not gonna lie. I really wanted diamond painting to show up. Yesterday when Melissa said you had a package, I was like, oh, and the package is, oh, I'm too embarrassed to even say what that package is about. So I'm not going to even say right now, but you might hear about it later on. But yeah, it was Liz jumping the gun package. was jumping the gun package, and I feel bad about it. But it is what it is. You guys are like, what the heck is she talking about? I like to keep you guys thinking. Keep you on your toes. Gotta keep you guys on your toes. Mind your P's and Q's. I know, I'm a little bit kooky today. Kooky wookie wookie. I'm a kooky wookie wookie. I'm getting really better at remembering to keep these lids open. Susan, you'd be proud of me. You'd be proud. You'd be proud of me. And Lisa, they're always reminding me on my lives to keep my containers open. That's why I like, honestly, that's why I like Harbor Freight. Because I can just pull the container right out and put it right beside me, or those little jar ones, you know. So I'm going to show you guys something. So, you know me, I'm terrible at keeping scrap. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And the majority of the things that I pick up are things like this that I have dropped on the table. I am constantly spilling. So everything that I find on the table, I've been putting in this little jar. In this little jar. So these are all 4 projects I'm working on that are mixed in here, and I really don't know where they go for. Yeah, because you know, Liz can't keep garbage, but she can keep all the ones that fall on her table. Yeah. I honestly just throw the garbage back on the tray. And it probably is more annoying because you'll pick it up again, right? But that's me. That's the way I roll. That's the way I roll, people. I wonder if anybody else is like me. Because that's the way I roll. It's so hard to keep garbage. But I will discuss garbage on my Star Wars painting when it comes up on the post review. Just for everybody to know. Oh, and then when I was talking to my sister just now, she's like talking about bullet journaling. And I was talking to Jen on her live, and she said she wanted to do journaling, but like with stickers and stuff. And then I said to my sister, Yvette, well, I kind of wanted to do the ones with stickers and stuff, because bullet journaling is more like writing and drawing and coloring, I think. I could be wrong, or maybe they call the sticker ones bullet journaling too. I don't really know. So after this video, I am going to research journaling, because I kind of wanted to do, now I'm going to run this through you guys and see if you like it. You know how I do the updates after my Mystery Diamond painting on Monday? I was thinking about doing the journal part and decorating it and putting what was going to happen through the weeks as I talk to you guys. Like, would that be cool? Let me know in the comments below whether you guys would like that, or do you guys just want me to continue on doing it like I'm like a whip and chat kind of deal as I talk about it. But I thought it'd be a really cool idea, and then I wanted to do like, after I finish a painting, a page of it, I would like to like be able to like print a picture of that painting to put in there too. And then I can just keep track of everything I've done from this point on. Let me know what you guys think below. Like, I haven't bought any of the supplies yet, so I gotta like look into it. But would that be something you guys would be interested in seeing? Because maybe you guys like to be organized and maybe learn how to do it too, and we can learn together. Let me know, because you know, this channel is all about new experiences and new learning. The channel will be mostly diamond painting, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I bought that scratch art, but you know me, I work on 4 different paintings. That's a lot of my time. It's very time consuming. Other people think I'm crazy because I do it this way, But I do it because I want to give you guys variety. I don't want you guys to come back every week and see me working on the same painting. And that's why I do it. But I try to keep it down to 4 at a time. I won't go any higher than that. I only have 4 kit up at a time. I don't like have a whole bunch of kit up and I'm not touching them. I only have 4 kitted up at a time. Sorry about that. I took another break. Because you know me. I need my little breaks when I'm talking so much. I get a little bit overwhelmed. So, I forgot. Today is supposed to be story time day, isn't it? So I got to think of a story. And I think I thought of one. And this is going back to when I was dating Raymond, the love of my life. Still is. I'm not going to lie. I'm still hung up on the guy. That's his real name too, because I don't really give a crap. It's not like you know his last name. But Raymond was the love of my life. And I still considered him a very good friend, even though we don't talk very much anymore. But once in a while, he'll call me, Blue Moon, just to chit-chat, which I don't mind at all, because he was my best friend. You know what I mean? Like, I considered him my best friend as my boyfriend, you know what I mean? Like, we were close and we would talk, and I enjoyed every minute I spent with the man. Of course, Alyssa can say different about him. Alyssa never liked him. But it's because Raymond never got along well with children. He has a daughter, but he never really was too much in her life growing up. So, that could be a factor in it. I don't know. But it's not like, I don't know. But he basically gave me the ultimatum that he didn't want to raise another child. And pretty much gave me the ultimatum, well, because you have Alyssa, we can't date anymore. But really, in honest fact, I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact, he was cheating with me with the one he's with now. Whatever. I am a strong believer if someone doesn't want me, I'm not going to stick around and make their life miserable for them to want me. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't want to be with me, then that's fine. Yeah, I'm hurt. Yeah, but I'll get over it because I'm a strong, independent woman and I can get over it. You know what I mean? Like, if you guys only knew my love life, like, craziness. Crazy. Well, one time we went on vacation. I don't know if I've told the story before. If I have, you guys can tell me in the comments below. But we used to love going up north. We also went to Parry Sound, but this is not the vacation I'm talking about. So this vacation, we decided we were going to go to Elliott Lake. Now, Elliott Lake is on the upper part of Ontario, which is super far from where I live, because I live in southwestern Ontario, and it's like way up northern Ontario. So, the fastest way to get there is you go all the way to Tobermory, and then you take the Chichiman, which is like a boat that transports your car over to Manitoulin Islands, and then you cross over and you get to Elliott Lake. It's about an 8-hour trip we took to go, and we decided we were going to go camping up there. Yeah, that's fine and dandy, whatever. We packed up the tent. Now, the tent we used the following year in Parry Sound, and it worked pretty well when we went to Parry Sound that year. So, we packed up the tent, and at the time, Sarah and Tyler, Alyssa wasn't born yet, obviously. Sarah and Tyler were little, and they would go to their dad's for the weekend or whatever. And obviously, they must have been with their father while I went on this vacation. I don't even remember. But I'm sure that's where they were. And we went to on this trip, and we got to the campsite. And then that year, there was a fire ban, so you couldn't do a campfire at the campgrounds. And I'm like thinking, well, we're in a tent. Like, how are we going to survive without a fire? Right? So that's fine and dandy. We kind of sorted it out as much as we could. We set up the camp. We went to sleep. And doesn't it storm? Like the biggest storm you've ever seen in your life. Oh, and at this time, before I get to the storm, at this time I had this little tiny dog. And I named her Buffy. And I had to leave her behind when me and him broke up, because my landlord would not let me have a dog. And she was the cutest little dog. He ended up giving her away without telling me. But she was the cutest little dog. She was half Shih Tzu and half Terrier. Terrier something. But she was so small. Like, she never grew. She was like a puny little dog. And she was just a puppy at this point. So she was in her puppy bed beside us, because obviously we had to bring her with us, because we couldn't just leave her at home. So we had the little puppy, and I had her in her puppy bed, and we settled in for the night. And then this huge storm happened. Well, doesn't the darn tent leak? Water is just pouring into this tent like mad. To the point where we're on an air mattress, and the dog was on his bed, which is like a foam bed, right? And isn't the bed of the dog floating in the inch of water that seeped into our tent? So we all ended up packing into my Cavalier. I had a Cavalier back then. And we're sitting in the Cavalier, and we're trying to go to sleep. And he's all cranky, and he's all mad, because now we're stuck in this car for the whole night. So the next day, I said to him, okay, either we end up going to Canadian Tire and buying a new tent, or we find somewhere to lodge for the rest of the trip. So while we're at Canadian Tire, we were looking at a bulletin board around there, and we seen cottage rentals for $50 a night. So we're like, oh, well, maybe we should just do this instead of buying another tent. So, because like I said, there was a fire ban. We couldn't really cook outside. So I'm like, maybe we should just go to this cottage. So that's what we ended up doing, which was a little bit further out, but it was nice. It was right on a lake. And the whole point of him going to Elliott Lake is because on a fishing show, we saw that there's good fishing out there. So, he had to go fishing. So he rented a boat, just a little tiny boat, whatever, rowboat. I don't even remember what it was, to go fishing. And I went with him, and I fished with him. And don't I be the only one that catches a fish? And that's happened before too with my ex-husband. We went to Algonquin Park. That was another stupid trip. Oh my gosh. Me and my ex-husband went to Algonquin Park, which is like one of the biggest parks in Ontario. He decides he's going to rent this darn canoe. So we're out canoeing on this lake for felt like hours. And then we got to when the lake goes to a different lake, and there's a little tiny rapids, a little river, waterfall thing. And we get there, and he's like, oh, well, let's pick up the boat and walk up the trail and go up to the other lake. And I'm like, nope. I said, I've seen pictures. This is where bears come to eat. I'm like, I am not getting out of this boat to go up this hill with you. I'm like, ain't doing it. He was so mad at me. But on that trip too, didn't I be the only one to catch a fish? Oh, he was so mad too that I caught a fish and he didn't. I'm not saying they were huge fish because they weren't. But hey, at least I'm the only one that caught anything in both trips. So that was an interesting trip too. Maybe I'll tell another story about that with my ex-husband. That's the only trip that I ever went with my husband. Other than when we got married, we went to Niagara Falls for our honeymoon. Which is woohoo, Niagara Falls. Like, we live in Canada. Whippy. It's not like we've never gone to the falls before, but why did I do that? I still have some left. See, I get talking and I forget what I'm doing. Darn it. So, what was I saying more? Oh, so we ended up staying at this cottage. Like, they weren't like the best cottages, but you know, they had the beds and they had a little kitchen, and they had a restaurant there, which was good. And they had like a community hot tub, and then there was a lake there where you could go swimming. It was really nice. And then we're like, oh, I really want to see a bear. And then the lady's like, well, if you go to the dump, you'll see bears. But I was too chicken to go to the dump. So we did not see a bear. But I have seen a moose before, but that was not with Raymond. That was on a trip that I took with my ex-husband when we went to Algonquin Park. Like I said, my friend Jen, that's passed away now, God rest her soul, her and her husband came up, and me and Jason got there first, and we were there for a few days before they got there. And then when she got up there with him, I don't remember what, but we had to go into town for something. Now, town was very far from this park, and we're way up north, like by the Quebec border. Like, basically, any good town would be in Quebec. You had to, like, go into Quebec to go to, like, a decent-sized town. And we decided we had to go somewhere for, I don't know what we had to go for. But, she was driving, and she was driving so fast down this dirt road. I'm like, Jen, please don't drive this car this fast because there's animals. Like, I was, like, all paranoid. And then don't we see the biggest moose I've ever seen. It was a female moose, so aren't they called cows, the female mooses? Oh my gosh, she was so big. That was the first time I've ever seen a moose. And she was standing on the side of the road by the bridge. And then she's just looking at us. Then when we get closer to her, she scurried off down the hill. But I tell you, these things are bigger than a horse. Like, they are huge. I'm not even exaggerating how big they are. Now, some families said they'd seen some of the mooses. Like, there's a lot of moose up there. I got from Raymond's story to, like, now me and my ex-husband's story. Because Algonquin Park is obviously way more interesting than Elliott Lake. But Elliott Lake does have wildlife too, but we never saw any while we were up there. And when I read in the paper at Elliott Lake, where we were, there was a lot of reports that year of bears going into the town. But of course, I did not see any while I was there. But, what was I saying about Jason's trip and the moose? Oh yeah, like a lot of families said that they would see, like when they went canoeing, they saw some families of mooses like in the water. But I did not see that at all. And Wolfpack would actually love this. At nighttime, you could hear the wolves howling in the distance. We're actually by a lake called Wolf Lake. And you could hear them. I honestly think I saw a wolf on the side of the road that left the pack. But the guy said it could have been a stray dog too, because a lot of people like leaving stray dogs out there. So I don't know 100% sure if it was a wolf or not, but it sure did look like one. That's all I gotta say. Said it could have been if like it was sickly and it left the pack, but I don't know. I don't know if it was or not, but yeah, that was my experience with Raymond and the dog in the tent. Oh boy. When we went to Perry Sound, that camping trip, me and Raymond, he decided to take a nap in the sun. Yeah, well, he's a ginger and very fit, very like fair skin. Should not be out in the sun like that. Doesn't he burn to a crisp to the point where it blistered? I felt so sorry for the guy, but there was nothing I could do for him. And when we got back to town, oh my God, the pain he was in from that sunburn. And oh, the complaining. He is not good when he is sick or is in pain. He acts like a true baby. That thing he does do when he's sick. Oh, he's intolerable to be around when he's sick. And everything's your fault. Kind of a deal, right? When he's sick. Ugh. But yeah, that's my story for story time. Me, Raymond, dog, and a flooded tent. Yeah, needless to say, I'm pretty sure we left the tent in the garbage at the campsite. Yeah, that was horrible. But it was a fun experience going on the Chichimon. That was the first time I ever went on a boat like that. So that was a fun experience. It's beautiful up north. Like I said before, when you live in southern Ontario, you don't see the beauty of Ontario until you go up north. It's like you literally leave. It's like it feels like you've gone to a different country. It's weird. It's hard to explain. It's just so beautiful up north. So, so beautiful. And very remote. Not too much population. I live in the populated area of the province. And like, it's true when they say that the most of Canadian population is right by the Canadian and the US border. So that's where you're going to find the most populated areas in our country. And then the rest is very isolated and deserted. It's weird. It's like hard to explain. It's weird. But another province I would love to see is Alberta. Because Alberta has mountains. And it sounds so pretty. And my daughter says don't drink the water in Alberta. I don't know if that's true. Maybe if someone lives in Alberta, they can tell me. Is that true? Don't drink the water there? I don't know. My daughter my daughter Sarah, the one that has the baby Luna, she was privileged enough to go on Tim Hortons camp when she was in public school. And that was an awesome experience that she got to do. The school nominated her to go. Probably because they know that I was a single mom and, you know, it'd be a good experience for her because I couldn't afford to send them to camp. And that's like, they didn't really do any extra activities, her and Tyler, because we were poor and we couldn't afford it. The only one that's ever done any sports is Alyssa, because by the time I had Alyssa, I had a better job and I was able to afford a lot more stuff with Alyssa growing up than I could with Sarah and Tyler. Sarah did do like one season of dance, but that was it, like 1 year of dance. Tyler did no activities. Maybe that's the way he is now. I don't know. But I want to make sure that Luna gets to experience dance. Alyssa's not really, she never really wanted to do dance, but she did soccer. I was a soccer mom, for sure. But then it got to the point where I don't want to go. It's too hot. Oh, I don't want to go to practice. I don't want to go to the soccer game. It got to that point, and I'm like, yeah, no, we're not doing it anymore. And then she'd be like, I don't want to do it next year. And then next year would come, oh, aren't you signing me up for soccer? Oh, I thought you said you didn't want to do it. No, I want to do it. And then halfway through the season, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. So I got to the point where, you know what? You ain't going to do it anymore. Because I'm tired of hearing you say. So, she hasn't done soccer since she's been 12. I think 12 was her last year of playing soccer. And it was kind of hard. Like, Helen would take her when I couldn't. But working these 12-hour continental shifts, sometimes I'd be home for soccer games. And sometimes I'd be working. And then Helen would have to take her to a soccer game. Yeah. So when I worked where I am now, I was always able to like go right after work and go because the games usually started at 6 and that's when I get off work. But when I worked at the pharmaceutical company, I finished at 10. At 8. So I would miss the whole soccer game. So I could never go on those days that I worked there. I hated that shift, 8 to 8. But it is what it is. But I hope I got enough for a whip and chat, and I hope you guys enjoy this. I will show you at the end how far I got along. But I honestly, it's probably just going to be this section. I'm not going to lie. But stay and watch that little clip. And till next time, everybody, take care. And I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Bye. Well, folks, that's it for today's video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you like, please subscribe to my channel. I'd be super tickle pink. And remember to hit that notification bell and it will remind you whenever I load up a video. And till next time, take care everyone. Bye.